All right, everybody, welcome back to No Cover TV's podcast. I'm your host, Big Al, and I take that original local and national music scene and I just shove it in your face. You need to hear it. There's all kinds of genres and age groups of people making wonderful, wonderful music around this world, not just in your local hometown or state. Expand, people, expand. Listen. That is amazing. And collaborate with these artists. Get your music out to these artists. You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what doors are going to open up. You just don't know in the entertainment field. And I am proof of that on that one, too. So we've got a great show for you ahead of you. Bands and artists, get a hold of me. You know how to do it. I'm not going to explain it, but you do know how to get a hold of me. If you want to be on the show's about you, but the show is mostly about your story. And I leave it up to the people out there in podcast land to get on their PCs, computers, and tablets and check out your music. So get on your tablets and you're going to check out this artist that's coming up. But I got to thank Rip Music out of Grand Rapids in Holland, Michigan, our music store that sponsors. You go there and you buy a No Cover TV guitar pick for 50 cents and you hold on to that. That's your 10% off all accessories in the stores. So just take that pick in and say No Cover TV. You're going to get 10% off all accessories. And if you sweet talk them, you might even get a guitar or a drum set on a deal. You never know. You never know. Oh, I got to quit running the mouth because good show. Good show here. In the house today is Duane Parker out of Alabama. How you doing, brother?
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing terrific, man. I'm cold up here.
I bet you are, yeah. I want to go ice fishing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't want to go near the ice.
That's why I moved to
Alabama. right. Yeah, I think I'll come visit you.
Come on down.
You're coming on down, right? Jeez. Oh, I don't like this weather. I mean, it has not even snowed yet, and it's in January.
Yeah, it's not fun, you know. I grew up in the Blue Ridge Mountains up in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
And it was beautiful, but yeah, when the wintertime, you can leave your beer on the front porch and it'll flash crystals in it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So now, Duane Parker here for ladies and gentlemen out there. He's an amazing, talented artist. He's a singer-songwriter, dabbles in country and folk, and has his own, kind of honky-tonk style to it, don't you?
Yeah, they don't know what to label me as, really, so they can call me an outlaw and leave it at that.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, there's quite a few more words, but I wouldn't pick any choice ones out. Oh, my goodness. So, Duane, we want to talk a little bit here, and I don't know if you've ever listened to the podcast, but I take each individual on a little journey. I'm going to get in your head. Is that all right?
That's right.
No.
Don't get scared. No. Buckle up. Get your helmet.
That's good. Let's hold on. We're going to jump into a time capsule. I'm going to take you back to when you're 12 years old, my friend. What are you listening to at 12 years old?
Tom T. Hall, Merle Haggard, Joe Jones, yeah, the good stuff.
Oh,
Tammy Wynette.
Yeah. So you were brought up on a lot of country music.
Oh, yeah. We had an 8-track player, and all the 8 tracks are, hee-haw.
I love hee-haw. That was a great show.
It was the coolest show around at the time. It had the sexy girls on it.
Oh, yes, it did. Yeah, Mama used to cut me up the head real quick on that show.
I was like it when the fence come up and spanked that one girl.
Yeah, that was funny. That was great. You didn't stand in front of that fence because you knew what was going to happen. That was beautiful. So, all right. So you're listening to that music back then. What made you decide that you wanted to pursue music a little bit? And when was the first time you picked up an instrument and what was it?
Well, we got to go back further than 12. I was born in Wiesbaden, Germany on the Rhine-Main Air Force Base. My dad was in the Air Force, and when he got out of Vietnam, he was in Germany. And then we moved to the mountains in Virginia when I was 2.
All right.
And he played music. So I grew up listening to all of them get together and pick and jam. And when I was 5 years old, he let me get up at a fair and sing Kalijah.
Wow.
And the crowd went nuts, and I knew right then that's what I wanted to do. But he picked the guitar, and he taught me G, C, and D, and said, if you can pick Wildwood Flower, I'll buy you a guitar.
All right.
So I went in and get his guitar, and I learned to play it. But I got my first guitar when I was 9.
9 years old. Now, do you remember what that guitar was?
It was a Yamaha. It's hanging here on the wall.
You still have it? You still?
Yes,
I still have my 72 Circle K.
With bars and guns, it's hard to get rid of when you come by my place.
Yeah, my wife isn't happy with me sometimes because it's just a little hobby.
I got me I run across a Fender 12 string the other day that I just couldn't, like I needed another one.
Right. But they all sound so pretty. They got their own tone, their own feel, and it's just, yeah. The wood, everything means so much. Oh, brother. They don't understand. I'm getting in trouble on this one.
Well, I think I probably told on myself. I hadn't got that face yet.
Right. So we're moving forward a little bit, and you're playing guitar and stuff. When did you start your first gig, your first band, solo or with a band?
All right. Well, my daddy quit honky-tonking and became a preacher, so we traveled around. I sang in churches with him, but I left home when I was 16.
All right.
Went back to Virginia to graduate with my senior class, and I started honky-tonking about then. I had to sign waivers at all the honky-tonks saying I wouldn't drink.
Okay, and, yeah.
There's this young kid up there singing Hank Jr., having a ball. I was having a ball. I just,
you were.
You'd have had to been there. It was crazy.
Oh, that would have been a crazy time at that age. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, because I was wild. I really got wild after then, because I found out what playing honky-tonks could do to a fella, and I liked it.
Right, because you were growing up in that age of where music was constantly changing, and it was really kick-ass.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. On the rock and roll side, we had Leonard Skinner, the Allman Brothers.
Oh man.
On the country side, we had everybody from Ronnie Millsap to John Snyder to Hank Jr. to Charlie Daniels. It was a good time for music. It
was. It very much was so a good time. Now, during your musical career, as you're younger, getting older now, what made you go towards more of the country folk, singing type?
Well, I wrote songs. I've been writing ever since I was little because it was therapy for me. I had a brother that was 2 years older than me, and I was the kid. He was 7 and I was 5. But I couldn't play with him because I was a kid.
Yeah, right.
I'd make up songs about him and go out in the woods, and I'd sing it to the trees like, he is a dummy, whatever, something. I'd ride by. If I saw a truck I thought was cool, I'd make a song up about it. And that's how I learned to study for tests and stuff. I would take and make a song out of all the answers.
That's great.
So I started writing, and it just, I guess it was in me. I grew up in the woods. I really did. When I left home and stuff, I'd stopped at a creek and caught a catfish, and I was sitting there on the side of the creek and had it on a stick, cooking it.
There you go. That's
the boy come by and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I was hungry. I stopped where I come from. There ain't a McDonald's around the corner. We'd shoot a squirrel, whatever, eat on the side of the road." They started laughing and said, "There's a Hardee's about a mile up the road." John Wayne, I said, "No." But so that kind of lifestyle and playing what I write, because Merle Haggard wrote all his stuff. Hank Williams wrote all his stuff. Waylon, their story. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you had to do. You write your songs and play them and make somebody pick you up. And I didn't have no direction, so I just went, I just followed it where it took me, and it took me all over the place, man.
It seems to, and I'm liking that. you're telling a great story with your music. Yeah.
Yeah, well, all my songs too is a part of my life, or or something that's happened to me, or and there's a story behind all of it. If you go on Spotify, you can find my Bottle of Survival album that I did 20-something years ago.
Whoa.
With KMA Records in Nashville, and I was almost there. My dad, he was my hero, and like I say, I was a guest of John Conley on the Grand Ole Opry, and when I left Alabama to head up that way, he said, "Call me when you get there. Before you go on stage, I love you." So I called and I called and I called, and I never got an answer. I called my ex-wife, and she said, "You ain't heard, your blank daddy died."
Oh.
My manager had known, and I found out 15 minutes before I went on stage, so he wouldn't let me perform.
Oh, no.
I had my boots sewn into a hat, and I wore it for years. I just retired it not long ago. But, it's an incredible journey, and all my songs on that CD is about that time of my life, but I just come out with another one that's a brighter side of me.
We want to hear the brighter side, too, definitely. Well, let's just jump over to that side of the page. CDs, LPs, EPs. What do we got going? How many we got out there?
I've got several. I've probably got 5 or 6, but you can probably only find 2 of them. And the other one I just got done is called "I Ain't Johnny Cash." It's got 8 songs on it, and we're doing pretty good with it. It's a fun CD.
It sounds like fun. I've been checking out the music and stuff, and it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I had to go to a songwriters convention, and they wanted me to all the writers to write a song and introduce themselves. And man, I had 2 months to do it, and I was headed to Nashville thinking, "Oh my God, I ain't wrote a song yet. I'm gonna have to wing this somehow."
Wing this one. Good. Let me see your notes.
I had no idea what I was gonna do. Johnny Cash had just died.
Yeah.
Everybody and their brother was getting on the radio. "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash."
Yeah, it was getting pretty ridiculous.
I got on nerves, and I cut it off. And found a bluegrass station. I listened to it. Got up around Huntsville and lost it, so I turned the channel, and there was Tim McGraw on there saying, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash," and it made me kind of mad. I said, "You wouldn't make a Harold Johnny Cash."
No, Johnny Cash was Johnny Cash.
That's it. That's my song. So from Huntsville to Nashville, I wrote that song, "Hello, I Ain't Johnny Cash," and I never played it before in my life. I didn't know what I was going to do. I got up on stage and I sang it and got a standing ovation. It was cool.
I like the song. I really do. I was just playing it just a few minutes ago. I really do like that song.
Well, so I did help my pappy moonshine. That's in there.
Oh, yeah, it is.
When I was 5 years old, I was standing on a 5-gallon bucket stirring mash.
That's right. That's the way it was back then in the hills.
Yes, sir.
It was. Now, I want you to tell everybody in podcast land, where do they find Duane Parker? What platforms? Where can they find your merch, your CDs, anything?
You'll find that on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, YouTube. Find me on Facebook. I've got Duane Parker Country GoDaddySites.com. I got the free website, I ain't rich, I'm just famous. So
right, ain't nobody rich here.
You get a hold of me that way and keep up with me. I'm not very tech savvy, so I've got people trying to help me out with that. But,
nice. So now you're in Alabama. Are you in a smaller town?
Yeah, I live out in the woods. I'm about 20 miles north of Montgomery.
Montgomery. Okay. Are there many venues for you to get out and play?
There ain't a whole lot here. And that being said, every Tom, Dick, and Harry that thinks they can sing are trying to, they out there doing this thing. But I'm on a broader platform. I've done I did a tour not too long ago up through Maggie Valley to Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, back through Tennessee, and here in Biloxi and Pensacola. And I plan on coming out that way sometime soon. My boys in Montana, so you know, I'll go anywhere there's a place that has a honky tonk. There ain't many of them left, but I'll come play a dive bar in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah, get your butt up to Michigan. I want to see you, brother. I want to see it, brother. Definitely. So, you shooting any videos?
Yeah. Well, I did one or two on my own. You can find them on my Facebook page. Hard to see the pavement when it's wet, especially when you're stoned.
Right.
Yeah, it's but we've got one of my songs, 3 more sets to go about when I wrestled the bear, Terrible Ted, and he broke my leg in 7 places, and I had 3 more sets to go. Needless to say, I didn't make it, but it was anyway. It's about this girl at the bar, and tonight I had 3 more sets to go. But we're going to shoot that video here coming soon. We're talking about it, January, February, maybe able to shoot it.
Very nice. A new video coming up, possibly new CD, album coming out?
Yeah. After, we're pushing this I Ain't Johnny Cash at the moment, but we're remixing a couple songs because we've got Mr. John Henry, that is Ronnie Millsap, saxophone player. He's got saxophone on my truck. I think my truck's on crack.
My truck's on crack. With a flat tire and a dead dog in the back.
Hey, man. So, yeah, you find that on Spotify. You can go there. Hey, and I need all the streams I can get, so share it with all your friends. Tell me that this old boy don't know nothing about a computer. Get on there and share and like and follow and all that good stuff that you do. And, I've got I Ain't Johnny Cash, and I think my truck's on crack.
I love that. So everybody out there, Duane Parker on all the platforms. We are around the world in all the major countries, so you know how to do this. Type it in and listen. You're going to dig this music here. Now, when I first listened to you, you really sounded familiar to me by somebody. Do you know who that might be?
I've been told a lot about several different people, which is always an honor. But that's one reason why I did my thing up. Because somebody says, hey, you sound just like George Yeller, you sound like Hanky, or you sound like Merle Haggard. And then I get a lot of Waylon Jennings.
There it is, Waylon Jennings. That was it.
Yeah.
Waylon. It's like, is that Waylon? Is that Waylon right there? What is going on here? So that was beautiful. I mean, I said it'd
be nice one day if somebody said, hey, that sounds like Duane Parker.
Right.
That never called me by my name stuff gets old. No, but I never got to meet Waylon, and I love him. I mean, I really do. He was, I love Waylon Jennings.
Well, don't give up on that dream. It can happen. It can happen.
Well, tell you what, I don't want to meet him no time soon.
Well, it might happen. So
he's been gone for a while,
all right, we won't go that route. Okay, all right. We'll talk to Willie or some of the others.
He was over here in the amphitheater. I went up and saw him. It was a pretty cool gig. He's 90 years old and he's still got a figure, man. He's something else.
I had a gentleman on the show. His name's Mark Brine, 80-year-old gentleman that's been on the country circuit, played the Grand Ole Opry many times with Minnie Pearl and stuff like that. And it was a pleasure to talk to somebody at that age that's been through all of that.
Yeah. Do you know what Minnie Pearl's real name was?
I don't know if I want to know.
It was Ophelia.
Ophelia. Oh, okay.
And I actually did a show with her at the Red Hill Schoolhouse in this little no-place town in Alabama over there by Lake Martin.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It was really cool.
She was a wonderful lady. Wonderful lady.
Yeah,
She was. Now, I want to ask you this question. I know you're doing a lot of solo work, but you like playing with a band too?
Yeah. I've got a band called the Honky Tonk Hound Dogs.
Honky Tonk Hound Dogs. Oh, I gotta write that down. I like that. Honky Tonk Hound. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's good. So now, are you playing with them most of the time, or do you kind of split it up?
Well, I'll put it like this. It all comes down to money. So it costs a lot to get my band to go out and travel a lot of places. So I do a lot of solo, but we do some band stuff when I'm coming back home and stuff.
Right. Great. So now, yeah, you mentioned inspirations from Billy, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, all these people, boy, and they're proud of you.
I got to open up for T. Graham Brown, Neil McCoy, Gene Watson, Michael Tucker.
What is this Broadway stuff? What is this?
That was Broadway, Virginia.
Broadway, Virginia. All right, okay. You on Broadway? What the?
It's like L.A. I lived in L.A. too. That's Lower Alabama.
There you go. Yeah, it is. Woo. So now I'm looking here. You got quite a few fans. You got quite a few followers that love you.
Yeah. Austria, a lot of Norway, Canada. Hey, it's funny because I was in Nashville the other week when I was playing with Jonathan Frizzell. That's David Frizzell's boy. He's the one that sang, "I'm going high, I know, decorate our home." I was up there and I sang a song, and this one guy, he's from Canada, and they legalized weed up there.
Hey, there we go.
And I had a song, she's got her bud and I got mine, and he got a kick out of that.
I bet he did. That's great. Oh, shoot. So now when you do recordings, are you going into a professional studio, or is it somebody's basement studio? What do we got?
No, I've got a shout out to these guys. The D Ford Show, Studio 21 in Talladega, Alabama.
Awesome.
They are some nice folks, and we got a real good sound out of that studio. And it's I'm going for a TV show there this afternoon. And
beautiful.
Randall Warren, he produced it. It's just we outstanding people. If anybody wants some down-home, feel-good, comfort zone to record in, that'd be a place to go because they make you feel at home.
That's great. I miss being on TV. I did it 15 years, bringing the bands on and interviewing them, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good time.
Yeah, well, I used to be on TV a lot when I was young. Mama made me get down.
That's great. So now I'm going to go back to the studio. This is a question here because me and you are older. Do in that studio, do they have analog or is it all digital?
We did it digital, but I did a tour of Fame Records and 8-track entertainment.
Okay.
Fame Recording Studio. They got the big wide tapes you talk about. That
1.5. Yeah. Oh, it gives me chills.
That's the goal of mine is to actually go record in Fame.
Wow. Beautiful, man. That's great. It sounds like a really cool studio to be in.
Oh, yeah.
Real cool.
Been there that's anybody, Elvis, Mick Jagger, all of them, Steven Tyler.
Woo, there you go. And you, Duane Parker. Oh, yes.
Yeah, they go back to Alabama Wild Man up there sometime soon.
So now I'm going to have some fun questions for you now.
All right.
So where do I want to go first? All right. What's the most memorable moment you've had on stage?
I can't tell one of them, but Lum York. Let me put this. Lum York was the bass player, one of the original Drifting Cowboys for Hank Seeger. He got up with me in Georgiana at the Hank Fest and played spoons with me to my song, I Buck Drinks from a Mercedes Hubcap.
Okay. Wow. Now, on another note, when you're on stage jamming out, has anything happened that accident or something? You fall over, a chord comes out of the guitar, drummer falls off the drums, anything?
Well, yeah, as far as the drummer, Wayne Miller, we was doing a big party on a hay wagon, and the drum was quit in the middle of a song. I turned around, and he'd been sitting on a 5-gallon bucket back there. He passed out drunk, fell off the
wagon. That's great. You never know what's going to happen with us musicians.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I was at the Southern Station where I wrestled Terrible Ted, and there was 2 tables set up, all women around it, and I guess they got to fighting about something. Man, them tables come on, chairs started going everywhere. I was doing 3 steps. And the bouncers went over there, and one woman pulled out a knife, stuck it through his arm, and sliced him to his wrist. And come running up on stage and said, "Hey, slow it down, slow it down." So I'm like, "Give me 3 steps, take the ribbons from your head."
You wrote a song on that one right there. Hold on, we'll be right back with you. I love that. So now, all right, here's a good one for you. Now, who in this world, I give you 2 people, they can be dead or alive, anybody in this world you want to grace the stage with?
That would be Waylon and Merle.
Waylon and Merle. That's beautiful. Man, that's beautiful. Damn. Wish they were still around. That was an incredible answer. Thank you, my friend. Touched me right in the heart. Touched me.
Everybody says, "Well, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite song?" Man, I don't. It's hard to choose what a favorite song is, because music to me is a whole different universe. It's a religion. It's a lifestyle. It's my blood. It's my breath. Music is hard to explain to people.
It is. People don't understand. We think it. We breathe it. That's all we want to do, and people don't get that. I don't.
Well,
yeah.
I got thinking about it a long time, and I finally said, "All right, I got one for you. That we'll just call it my favorite." And it's the song Jesse Coulter wrote for Waylon, "Storms Never Last."
Okay.
And to hear her sing it, it's just I sing my version of it, of course, but
wow. Woo. Unbelievable. Okay, another question for you. All right, you get 2 answers on this one. It's a big world out there. 2 stages you'd love to perform on.
I want that chance that I had when my daddy died, the Grand Ole Opry.
Grand Ole Opry. Yes, indeed. One more.
Billy Bob's.
Billy Bob's, yeah. All right.
Biggest honky tonk in Texas.
Yes, indeed. And yes, indeed. That would be really some real kicking music there. Oh, that'd be a good time. Oh, I think we'd get in trouble if we showed up.
I guarantee it. I like being in Texas.
That would be great. Okay, now, I love this question right here. Okay, so let's say you're with a band and you got a nice gig going on. You're getting up on that stage and you're getting all set up. You start jamming your first song, getting into the second song. You're looking out at the audience finally, and you're checking them out. They're moving. They're dancing. They're singing your songs. It's bounce backs to you. How does it make Duane's heart feel?
Worthwhile. Like something's going right.
That's right.
That's an achievement. That's fulfillment. That's equivalent of an orgasm.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, exactly. It isn't always about the money. It's about the gratitude.
It's the feeling, yeah.
Yeah, it is the feeling. And you never forget that exact moment.
Nope.
No, you don't. And I remember all my exact moments, and they're just beautiful. They make your heart glow. And the people are beautiful. They work their 8-10 hours a day. They want to come see you and forget about it. And you do a good job.
Yes, sir.
You do a great job. And, you look like you're having a real good time. I mean, too much fun. What's up with that?
There's no such thing, my
brother. Yes, indeed. You're having a good time up there.
They can say that, but there ain't no such a thing as too much fun.
Not too much fun. Now, I want to, let's see, I'll push that button here if it even works. And then I want to ask you, are you doing any collaborations with anybody?
Well, there's talk I have before. Right now, we're talking about it with some, me and Tom Bueller talked the other day about maybe writing some together, and
okay.
My old brother Shane, we did a song that I put on one of my albums. I had a Honky Tonk Heart Needs a Hill album we put out and took off the shelf. Anyway,
okay.
Long story, but it was called Hillbilly. Like my cornbread mashed in my butter beans, pork chops cooked in my collard greens. City folks won't know what I mean when I talk like that.
My wife would love to hear that. She's from South Carolina.
Yeah, so I wrote one about Clinton the other day. We was talking about country music. Somebody said, well, where do you think it's going? I said, nowhere. It's in the pits of hell.
It's in the pits of hell.
Point at a rock and call it a rabbit, make it hop away. It's still a rock, you know. Country music is not country music anymore, so they won't know how country I was. And I wrote a song, gas station hot dogs and hot floorboard beer.
That's wonderful. I love it, man. Wow, Duane. I'm loving this. Okay, now you getting a lot of radio press, internet interviews, anything?
Oh yeah, I'm getting quite a few of them. I'm gonna be on like tonight at D4, and then I'll be on I'm supposed to do a podcast out of California, and then and it's a metal podcast. It's for metalheads, and I've got look, I opened up for a band the other day in Allendale, South Carolina, and for the Booney Boys, and they was my biggest fans. I mean, they all got autographed CDs and all that stuff. They love me. So I've got all creed, color, genre. They like my music, and that's a good feeling.
That's a real good feeling. Yeah, when the other generation's digging what you're doing.
February the 7th I'm going to be back in Nashville doing Hollywood Halley.
Hollywood Halley. Oh, I love it. Now, let me ask you this. If you're approached with a label, would you sign it, or you want to stay independent?
It all depends on the deal. Yeah. It all depends on the deal, because I ain't going to take something that's going to put a dirty sock. There's a difference in a sock sandwich and a bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a bologna.
That's right. And as I tell people, I still taking the knives out of my bag throughout the 25 years. It's a cruel business sometimes.
It is, and if I'm independent and I mess up, then I've only got me to blame. But there is something to be said. I would love to be with a label. I would love to be with some major label. I'd love to be with, I would love to further my career as far as that's concerned, and that would be by getting signed to a label, Okay. So the answer is I would like to, but it would all depend on the offer.
Let me ask you this. Do I have permission to drop your name on someone?
You have permission to spread me all over like the trash I am, my cousin said.
Well, we're going to get you on Banks radio station in Australia. I have a record company that I deal with, and I want them to maybe take a look at you. So anyways, let's move on. All right. What does the future look for you, Duane? On 5 to 10 years, where do you want to be? You want to be in Europe? You want to tour? What do you want to do?
Oh yeah, I want to be everywhere. I want to look like a freshly teed off golf ball in a bathroom. I'm talking about I want to be everywhere.
We gotta get you plaid pants.
You probably won't ever catch me in some of them.
Plaid guitar, plaid pants, and Izod shirt. Oh, my goodness.
Never would take me golfing. He said, no, I ain't taking her.
You don't want me to be your agent. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh, we got a few minutes left. Let's talk about a little bit of music. Okay, let's see. Now, like I said, I ain't Johnny Cash. I dig that. That was great. That was real good. Yeah. That was real cool. That was cool. Now, here's one. More sets.
3 more sets to go.
Yeah. That was kind of outlawish. That was cool.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. That was about the owner's niece and that at the time I was madly in love with, and I wrestled the bear, of course, and I had 3 more sets to go, and it was lights out. So
I like that. You got one of my favorite words in there, the Outlaws, which is a special name to me. And then you have Frighten the Blues.
Oh yeah, man. That is a good one, brother.
Yes, you're taking me on a road journey on that one.
I was coming back from Texas. I'd been away from home for 2 months, and I was ready to get some hugging and scratch my dog's head.
There you go.
I had a dinner date planned, and I was headed home. And I got all the way to about Mobile, Alabama, to take Corpus Christi.
Okay.
And the boss called and said, we got to have you do a layover in Mobile. No way. I ain't doing it.
No.
He said, but we got a problem.
Yeah, right.
You're the only person qualified to braze med gas, and the hospital has an emergency. So there I am. What do you do?
It's going to wait. That's
so I did all right, and I had to make that phone call, and I just got 2 cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
And made the phone call.
I realized, I was making a living fighting the blues the whole time.
That's beautiful.
I was with a Sharpie on a napkin, and I was crying. I made that call.
Oh, that's so good.
I pulled out my guitar to finish the song, work on it a little bit, and it wasn't nothing but a big old ink spot.
An ink spot. Now, one other song, another, what is it, Levy Day? Another Levy Day?
Another Lonely Day.
Yeah, Another Lonely Day. I can't read my writing. Jeez, that's bad.
Okay, yeah. So, on my Bottle of Survival CD, and I'm going to do this because I love the man. He's a great guy. Bob Della Posta, he was the professor of music at Tennessee University. And when I was up there doing all my work in Nashville at that time, he had got a hold of my producer was Kitty Wells' bass player.
Oh, wow.
And, Keith Bradford. And he wanted me to do 2 of his songs on that CD. And the 2 songs I chose was Another Lonely Day and No One Loves Here Anymore. And that's the Bob Della Posta song. And I felt comfortable. I loved it. It was like something I would have wrote, so I felt it was natural to sing, and I picked those 2. So kudos to Bob Della Posta for that.
That's wonderful. All right. 2 more questions, and then we're going to have to wrap it up. We're at 38 minutes. You were a little older here. You got a little advice for some of these younger artists coming up?
Yeah, don't play them 2 bottom strings on the guitar like every other Tom, Dick, and Harry, and kind of try to be original. Don't be a cookie cutter. You know what I mean? You got too many of them. Be original.
Do your own
if
thing.
you really believe in it, do what you believe in. Because if you don't feel it in your heart, you ain't gonna make the crowd feel it. And don't quit. I had people tell me all the time, even at a young age. My uncle told me, "You ain't getting nowhere with that guitar. You need to work. Get a real job."
That's what my mom always said. Get a real job. Quit playing Stranglehold and get a real job.
You've been miserable all your life, or you can do what you love and half-ass do it, or you can throw in all and do it.
Do it, yeah. I tell
like jumping off of a red nose rock. I mean, you got to have, once you jump, it ain't no turning back. So
no, you're gonna hit it. It's just do what your mindset is for and go all for it. Future, dreams do come true. They do.
I'm living proof. And no matter what your journey takes you through, I went through a trail of destruction for a while, and I'm back on top of things, so don't let people talking about you just keep moving.
Don't listen to anybody. Listen to yourself, your heart, and your mind, and move forward. Move forward. That's what it's about. This is your show, Duane. How you want to wrap it up? Anybody you want to say hello to? You want to gripe about anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. I want to tell everybody that hears me, I love you. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. May this be a great year for you. Be sure to look me up on Spotify. It's Duane, like Duane Allman, except it's Duane Parker, Duane H. Parker. And spread me around, like me, share me, stream that stuff as much as you can. And I'll try to get wherever you are. I'm going to come somewhere near you, hopefully soon, and play some music for you.
That's great, Duane. So look out for Duane H. Parker wherever he is. He's out of Alabama, but check him out. Go to the platforms, listen to his music, great stuff, and go to the sites and check out where he might possibly be playing at. A great gentleman, and approach him and talk to him, get the autograph, buy the swags, everything. Please support your local and original national music scene around the globe. We've got a lot of great shows coming to you from all over the world, from Italy, Sweden, UK, you name it, they're all over. We've booked till April, actually. April. Oh my God. We did 118 shows in 2023, and I'm going to try to double that this year. And the wife's not happy with me. So, Duane, stay on the phone. I'm going to end this up, and then we're going to talk after we're done, all right?
All right. Hey, I appreciate you having me on your show.
All right, everybody. This is Big Al. I'm going to talk to you real soon on the next podcast. Check the past and the future's out. I'm out of here. Peace.